Swanee River, far, far away. That's where my heart is yearning ever, home where the old folks stay.
Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seems to take place in Florida. If you're here for the very first time, this is episode 115. We welcome you.
Wow.
I am Wayne. Cameron, say hey.
Hi.
Josh, say hi.
Hey.
That's our voices. Greg's got a sore throat.
Yeah, he does.
Josh, how's your teeth?
Still chomping.
Still chomping. They're chomping
really
okay?
good.
Yeah, well, I had an appointment. They didn't tell me what it's for.
Okay.
I mean,
Where
I knew
at?
it was a dentist appointment.
At the bank?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was a dentist.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I sit down. They're like, okay, you ready for your root canal?
That's a surprise.
And
That's
I'm like,
not fun.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I should have been given some notice.
Yeah.
Right. You should know if you need one of those.
Didn't know.
Top
It was-
10 worst surprises.
I think it's probably best that you hear it then.
That way you don't chicken out.
Bingo.
You slept really good the night before.
I really did have no
Yeah.
idea. I'm like, cleaning. Going in for a clean.
Can't wait to get
Exactly.
flossed.
No. And then my dude sits down. He's a professional dentist.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
kind.
And he goes, I'm really excited about this new technique. Just took a class on it last weekend. And
No.
I'm like, I'm sorry? And he's like,
For your-
yeah. Oh, I mean, I took more than one class,
Yeah.
but pretty excited. It's new.
I learned
It's a laser.
I took a Zoom class to
Wait,
use this laser
You
on
said
your
it was a
teeth.
laser?
Yeah, they stop going in and hollowing out the tooth. They just shoot a laser in there.
So
You know how
he
stuff
goes to a
works.
class for 1 weekend and all of a sudden he's using lasers in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. And they put a deflated balloon on my face so they could just concentrate on the
Wait,
tooth itself.
what?
What the
Yeah, so like my
crap?
face is covered by a deflated balloon, but they just have my tooth. They're looking at it and they're working on it. And they're like, how you doing? I'm like, I can't breathe.
Oh, woof. Here's the thing.
bless.
We got a call from Joshua that night, and he was like, hey, got a root canal today.
Well, that was it. When I walked in, she's like, here you go, take this. And I'm like, what's this for?
She's like, ecstasy.
It's 800 milligram ibuprofen. She's like,
Oh,
you're going to
geez.
need it, but best to get it started now.
You're like, for my cleaning?
I'm like, what? How bad is
I do
this?
bleed a lot when I floss.
But ibuprofen, yeah. No, it was nice because it was like, medical gallery where everybody comes and sits and watches.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So you have like another dentist. He's like, how's it going? And my dentist's like, well, it's good.
He's a squirmer.
He's a squirmer. He doesn't like the laser sound because it's like pop, 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 pop.
Ah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I don't like that at
I
all.
enjoyed it.
No.
I asked him what color the laser was, and he's like, I can't show you. It'll blind you.
Well, I mean, that's always a good thing if
Yeah.
he's not pointing it at your eyes.
This is true. Well, my face was covered with a deflated balloon. So,
Yeah. You know what would make you feel better?
What?
If Cameron told us some headlines.
Give it to me.
Okay, headlines.
Hi.
All right, so we have a new mascot
Come on,
for Florida
here we go.
Man right now. We used to have our boy that was holding the American flag
Yep.
in the hurricane,
Right. Hurricane Jake.
Right, and so
Man, I love that guy.
we have a new one now. His name is Matthew Leithman. He
Less
has
catchy.
Yeah.
he has a black tattoo of the state of Florida right on his forehead,
Whoa.
in between his
Okay.
eyes.
Look
Like
at
his
that guy.
mugshot has
Okay.
gone around all over the internet this week. And the funny thing is, like,
Yeah.
his crime wasn't that crazy, right?
Okay.
So the whole buzz around this whole article, this headline, is literally the tattoo on his forehead.
Nothing
Right,
about the
right.
crime.
I mean, it is right on the
thing
center
about
of his
it,
forehead.
yeah, you want one that's going down the middle to be more uniform, more balanced.
Yeah, like linear.
Well, the peninsula kind of goes down his nose a little bit.
I do
Yeah, it
see
does.
that.
Yeah,
That's
it kind of
beautiful.
goes the curve of his face a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
he favors the panhandle.
So anyways, he was arrested because he was calling 911
Okay.
to get a ride home at like 2 a.m. when he was drunk and didn't have a way to drive home. So he called 911. They basically told him, call a taxi. Hey, we'll
Whoa.
call a taxi
Okay.
for you and
Oh,
they'll
that's
come pick you
nice.
up. And he's like, no, I don't have any money so I'll just walk. But then he called again. He kept calling 911, and so finally they picked him up, put him in like the drunk tank that night, basically.
Nice.
And I think
They took his cell phone away, probably.
Yeah, he also had some marijuana, and he was released on bond for like $300. But I think he'll do all right.
It's weird.
The fame from his the tattoo on his forehead, I think will take him far.
Does
Dude,
he get
honestly-
some monies from that?
I hope
people
so.
viewing it.
I was gonna say, good for him, dude.
That's
for not
nice.
driving drunk.
Right,
man.
exactly.
Like that's huge, man. And there are some bigger cities that will actually, you can call the cops and they'll give you a ride home.
Oh, really?
If you're drunk, yeah. That should be
Step
that
it
should
up, Florida.
Yeah, that should
Yeah.
happen more often, man. That's
Yeah.
a great policy.
I think it's Greeley, Colorado has that. Yeah, they're pretty progressive.
But
when it comes to
they are a very thoughtful city.
it.
So next we have a Florida man who was spotted at Orlando International Airport.
Love it.
He was basically on a layover, kind of chilling, trying to take a nap, and TSA comes over to do a random bag check.
What?
He was on
They
like
can
a
do that?
I guess so. He was on a layover, and it worked out well for TSA because they found 22 pounds of crystal meth
Whoa.
and $900 in cash, just randomly.
What?
I don't believe it.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, like, how did he fly with that in the first place?
They're
Like, he was a
random-
layover, so he flew
Wow.
there and had this
So
bag
close.
sitting next to him.
Yeah,
So
their
close.
random bag checks have a 99% success rate.
Yeah, they
weird
always
how that
find
works.
something.
They always find 22 pounds of bombs on that guy.
Jeez, they found 22 vacuum sealed bags wrapped in white cloth that each contained like a pound of meth. And basically,
now, did he
the guy
say like these bags will blow up into like 2-liter bottles
no.
if you heat them right?
I don't think so. I don't think they expand at that point. But he said that the bag wasn't his.
Uh-oh.
He fell asleep at the gate
Oh.
after flying in from Los Angeles. And when he woke up, the bag was next to him, and he assumed it was his since he arrived with an identical bag. That's his story.
Wow, that's usually what the drug pens like to do. They walk around looking for someone sleeping with an identical bag.
Right.
Drop it
the
off.
drugs
They
off.
just so happen to have that same bag.
They just so happen to be napping.
Right.
Yep, perfect. You're on layover.
The,
Yep.
the fact that the TSA confiscated that much meth has probably robbed us of at least 100 headlines.
Oh,
geez.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, those stories are fueled by meth.
You know what they really got
Thanks,
him for?
TSA.
It wasn't the drugs. It was answering. He lied on the questionnaire that you do
Oh,
before.
before
They're
you
You're not
fly?
supposed to lie to that. Do you have any drugs in your
He
suitcase?
said no.
Did anybody approach you and trade bags with you?
I don't know. I was asleep.
Bingo, you're
Right.
a liar.
You're going to jail.
Yep.
All right, so I have a story of a Florida man that was arrested for attempting to cheat on a urine test.
Okay.
Okay.
All
yeah.
right, so he was on probation, had to do a urine test, and the person went into whoever was doing getting the urine sample from him. Basically, went into the bathroom with them. Saw something a little, kind of funky about what was going on.
That's my privates.
Yeah,
Really. Don't look.
please don't look.
Stop looking.
Well, he was taken to jail, basically. They did a strip search, and he voluntarily removed a Whizzmader.
Okay.
A Whizzmader.
A Whizzmader.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
right.
saw that movie.
Yeah, that was good.
So Whizzmader is basically a fake male genitalia that holds urine, and
Go
it
on.
looks like what it's supposed to be.
so that you can pass a urine
So he
test.
can pass a urine test. So basically, he had this bladder full
Okay.
of somebody else's urine.
Okay.
And I guess he knew that somebody was watching and
Well,
hoped that
yeah,
he could
'cause
pull it off.
The person's like, "Is that are double? Are you double?" Because that's illegal. Like,
yeah, something didn't look right,
Yeah,
obviously.
He's like, I'm not sure what's going on, but you're only supposed to have one, my guy.
you're DD'd. You're DD'd.
Yeah, you're DD'd. It's time to go to jail. Hey, Florida's prison system is full of DDs.
Oh
yeah. So, anyways, he was
Unfortunately.
basically arrested for breaking his probation. And, oh, man. Yeah.
I tell you what, guys. I here's the thing. It's unfortunate from every angle, but I would love to know what the inspector, like, what tipped him off. You know what I mean?
Right.
What did he see out of his peripheral?
From his
He's like, "Hey,
peripheral,
hold-
what caused him to go, that's uneasy.
That's a Whizzmader 2000.
Yep. Yeah, he studies the Whizzmaders and he's like,
You
that's a
think
new
when you're-
model.
When you're training for that job,
Yeah.
they put you in this room, they put a projector on.
Real ones,
They're
real
like,
ones.
real one, Whizzmader. A real one.
Like how you identify fake currency.
You got to pick
Spot
one
the
out of
fake.
a lineup.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think they match?
No, they don't.
You don't think they
It's too
color match
expensive.
flesh to flesh?
PG
No.
show, ladies and gentlemen.
That's probably what.
a PG show.
All right, let's move on. After the Whizzmader story, I actually have a few love stories.
Oh, good,
Oh.
great.
Yeah, perfect.
I feel romantic.
You know, Whizzinator was going to be our show, our podcast show.
Right,
Yeah,
we
We're going
changed
to
it
call it
last
the
minute.
Whizzonators.
Yeah.
So there probably would have been a better name. So, anyways, we have a woman who shoots her husband
Yep.
in the testicles. Okay, after he tries to take her air conditioner.
Okay.
Okay. This
Love
is
story.
a married couple.
Yeah, romance.
Yeah.
So,
Separate
anyways,
rooms.
they were getting a divorce.
Oh,
Okay. So
Sorry.
things are already on the rocks.
Right. And so they were getting a divorce. The ex-husband was trying to take an AC unit from a house that they were selling that they
Okay.
owned
It
together.
gets hot in Florida.
Right. And so he was trying. Those normally don't come. Like those normally come with the house. Those stay with the house.
Ideally, it helps the resale value.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was trying to bring it with him wherever he was going. The woman did not want him to take it, so she sat on it.
Okay,
It was
cool.
basically like, this stays here. Don't take my air conditioning.
Yeah.
He wasn't listening. He tried to move her. She pulls out a taser,
Okay.
Nice.
like
Gotta
a
be
pink
ready.
taser, tases him.
Pink taser.
Okay. He falls down. He gets back up.
Yep.
Takes still picks her up off the ignitioner. She pulls out a handgun,
What?
shoots him in the crotch.
Pop, pop.
Wow.
Pop, pop.
Well,
That's
yeah.
a lot for an air conditioner.
Yeah, that's
You know
probably
what? At
4 or
that
5
point-
grand.
At that point, she's just defending herself. I
Right.
don't think. If he picked her up off the air conditioner,
Boom. Yeah, self defense.
she's like self-defense, baby.
Yeah.
And she keeps the AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy's sweating in jail.
Yeah.
And he's got a piercing.
Yeah,
Well,
he
he's
does.
sweating in the hospital. Yeah.
Ouch.
My goodness, man. But that's the thing. People wonder, like, how hot is it in Florida? It drives you to violence.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
easy.
It drives you to assault.
Melts your brain.
Because
yeah.
she knew, like, if that AC's gone, I'm basically dead.
Exactly. If she was fighting for survival the entire
Yeah.
time.
This is like Alone, Florida edition.
Yeah.
Mm.
You guard your AC.
They put you in a house without AC. Let's see how you do.
So our next story today is actually the day that we're recording this. The Super Bowl is tonight.
Yes.
Okay, Wayne's super excited.
Congratulations. The Tampa Bay Pirates are playing.
Yeah, finally.
Finally.
Well, so there's like a lot of hype around our area because the Tampa Bay Bucks are in the Super
Yep.
Bowl. So I have a story about a guy that basically his dad told him in 2002 when we were in the Super Bowl last time. Bucks were in the Super Bowl.
You say we?
Oh yeah, big Bucks fans. And his dad basically said, he wanted to go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
He's like, next time the Bucks are in
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
we got to go.
When the Angels win the pennant.
Yeah, exactly. And so, anyways, well, he held on to that. It took a long
Okay.
time for that to come around. 18 years.
Yeah.
They haven't talked between 2002 and now?
No, they've talked.
Oh, okay.
Just
I
the
didn't know
fact
if, like-
that the Bucks weren't back in the Super Bowl until 18 years.
Wow.
So he's like, listen, when he saw that they were getting into the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
He's got to do it. So he spent 40% of his annual income to buy tickets, and he only needs one, but you
What?
can only buy them in pairs. So he spent $21,000 on tickets, and now he's like, well, honestly, I'm kind of hoping that I go down there and meet a woman to
What?
take to the Super Bowl.
My
and so
guy.
he spent like 40% of his annual income to like take a date to the Super Bowl.
Hold
Come on.
So,
So
why
it-
isn't his dad around?
I don't know. It stopped mentioning his dad.
Well, there's been 4 presidents.
That's a key part of the story.
I mean,
Him and his dad, and he's like,
it's been 2 decades.
I'm not
I
really
bought
sure.
one ticket, don't need 2 for some
his
reason.
dad's not a fan.
Probably in heaven. But listen, if he does meet a lady tonight,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Dude, I'm rooting for him.
I'm rooting for
the
him.
whole
I'd
thing
rather
was
watch
like,
that.
He was saying,
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I can't find a friend that'll drop 10 grand on a ticket.
Well, you got crappy friends.
Yeah,
obviously.
Right,
bro.
exactly. What's wrong with him? So he's just hoping to go and find a.
I'd
love
rather
connection.
watch that guy walk around a parking lot looking for a
Wow.
girlfriend than watch the game.
Free ticket for a hot lady.
Right.
For sure. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
I hope he gets it.
I think so. I think you will, honestly.
What a Valentine's
so?
Day story.
Hey, fellas.
Hey,
Josh,
So you guys know me.
we do.
for a while.
Pretty smart.
Pretty good looking.
Mm,
Yeah.
real smart.
So I'm 3 months into this new relationship.
And it's going hot and heavy, I feel like.
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, thank you for putting me out there.
Every time I drive by, you guys are hugging in the front yard.
That's true.
Well, Oh, anyways. So,
Enough of that subject.
3 months in, and I figured out what I did wrong in the past because I found the secret to relationships.
The key to love.
Yes. It's not
Is this like something like new and revolutionary?
probably. Yeah. Actually,
Huh.
I'm going to give it away here for free. It's not going to be in a book or a blog.
So if you're listening up and you're listening in and you want to
You're
know
in a
the key
relationship.
to
and
relationships,
You want it to last. You do guys know.
You're
Yeah.
gonna make everyone's relationship better right now.
Here
Is
I
that
go.
what you're saying?
Yep.
Let's
I'm going to
hear
give you 3 things that it's not, that a lot of people think it is.
Okay.
Okay. These are false.
Listening.
Okay.
It's not listening. Not listening.
Okay. So listening is not a key to a good
No,
relationship.
So don't listen.
Don't need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, don't do it.
I kind of like that advice.
Love languages.
Ignore
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try to figure them out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Honesty. Those things. Nope.
Overrated.
Who needs it?
Overrated. The key is just keep apologizing for stuff that's not your fault.
No.
Okay.
There's something there's some truth to that.
Yeah. So something happens, you go,
I'm really
That's-
sorry.
my bad.
That's
You
on me.
hit your chest and go, my bad.
No, that's funny because I do that.
I bet you do.
I come home, for example, mysteriously my clothes have been left on the floor in the bathroom
Mm.
and not in the clothes hamper.
Well, you got 2 daughters. and
One of my
they
daughters
like it,
probably
yeah.
did it.
Yep.
I come home, my wife goes, "Hey, you forgot to put your clothes away again."
Did I?
I know it's my daughter's, but I go, tap tap. I'm sorry.
Mm. But
My
you're
bad.
outing your daughters right now.
Well,
They don't
now,
listen to the show.
then you can apologize to them also.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right now.
that's sorry.
Cam, you ever apologize?
Honestly,
Things that aren't your fault? I mean, now you can start.
I've known this guy for 20 years. He's never said sorry to me.
That's
not
true.
to you for sure. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you give me, maybe I'll start doing it now. I mean, I'm listening to your advice, and
It feels good, right?
I could try it. Probably not going to work for me, but
Why?
I don't
So
know.
rude.
Like the
He
whole
just-
thing. Like I'd rather like I didn't leave my clothes on. That was my kid.
He's
see
like,
this guy?
Okay.
He's acknowledging he's a broken man.
Right? Don't
Yeah.
don't lock me up. Get this kid.
I
This
see what you're
toddler
saying.
did
This
it.
Put my
kid.
child in prison.
Yeah, spank this kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, his bad.
So you're saying
Get 'em.
the secret is apologizing for things that you didn't do.
Yeah, like
Just apologize.
like the broccolini. Did you eat it? I did.
Yeah, I did.
When I know
My bad.
I didn't,
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
because I don't just eat broccolini.
No, see that there in the industry is what we call it a lie.
Nah.
Nobody
That's one
eats
of the keys.
broccolini
Don't-
though.
Yep, that's one of the key 3 things I listed. Don't worry about that.
The thing about it is, though, I feel like I've known you for a long time, and you do sometimes apologize for things that you don't do.
Well, that got me thinking.
Okay.
How long have I been doing this? Do I have any times that I've done this and it's been really not my fault
Mm.
and it's been really bad?
I
A
see what-
really
I
bad
see what you're
situation.
saying. Right.
And yeah, I have a perfect example actually.
Okay.
So middle school.
Yeah.
Picture me. You guys
Okay.
know what
That's
I
your
look like in
prime
middle
time,
school.
I feel like.
I really had a
1987.
1987.
You were alive and
middle
thriving.
school. BMX bike, cargo shorts. I'm
Oh,
about
jeez.
4'8" at this point. You guys, I
Good-
mean,
good height.
Big boy.
pegs all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing bunny hops, handlebar spins.
Right.
I'm catwalking 24/7.
You got friends on front pegs.
This
and
guy
back
could
friends.
bike, man.
I
I'm
could
not. I
bike.
mean, side note, he was a biker.
Thank
Mm.
you. Yeah.
He's got the body of a biker.
That's well, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I got the body of someone that rides the pegs, actually.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but back then, it was weird. Maybe this will bring up some memories for you guys, but old people were not big fans of kids catwalking bikes.
They weren't
Hmm.
fans of any kind of like extreme sport,
Yeah.
Kids having fun.
Yeah. Anything that said
BMXing.
extreme.
skateboarding.
So, like, I remember catwalking through my neighborhood and people being like, it's got 2 wheels for a reason, punk. And since my neighborhood
down.
had a directory, like someone called my parents on one time that I went by, like,
Oh.
suckers. So I got in trouble for that. So I knew I can't catwalk.
You can't
Right.
do fancy tricks in your neighborhood.
No. Snitches.
Keep that stuff at the mall.
So this time I decide I'm a catwalk outside the neighborhood.
Right.
Mhm.
So I tell the gate attendant, I'm like, hey, will you open the gate so I can leave?
He's so rich.
And the gate's like, yeah, if you just, pop a catwalk.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right.
cool, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't care. He was cool. So I go out and I'm going to the gas station, for Clearly Canadian.
Yeah.
And let me just obviously preface this by saying kids don't know vehicle rules or driver's rules of the road.
Right.
When you're a kid, you don't know what cars are supposed to do. You
For
just
sure.
know they go, don't get hit by them.
Yeah. Stay
Right.
out of their way.
We know crosswalk rules
Right.
and jaywalking rules.
Right.
Okay.
So I go up, I go up to the light. It's like, one of these, what's it, three-way?
Yeah.
I
Three-way
don't know what
stop.
it's called. So I wait for the light to give me the thumbs up. Back
Right.
then it was a thumbs up.
Right.
And he gives me the thumbs up. And so I decided it's time to crank it.
You're gonna catwalk in the crosswalk?
No, I'm crossing the street.
okay.
Yeah, I got the thumbs up from the
You're on
light.
your bike. You throw up a shaka. You go across.
Yep, you know me.
Nice.
Pegs all the way around.
Yeah.
And I pop a catwalk, not 3 feet into the street. Bam, hit by a car.
Oh,
No.
This
what?
is true. Yeah. All I remember, I remember being hit by the car, but I remember that I was cranked up.
you
Yeah.
really got hit by a car?
Oh, I really got hit by a car. Yeah.
in middle school?
Yep.
But you had the right of way,
Cross-
right? The
Well,
green
you
light.
don't know. Well, yeah, I got the thumbs up.
The thumbs up
From
told
the
him
light.
so.
Right.
So I'm vertical,
Right.
one wheel, shotgunning it.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm on the hood of a Grand Marquis.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. Bike no longer under me at this
No,
point.
Lord, no.
And I know I didn't catwalk a Grand Marquis.
No, you didn't.
I was on a bike.
Right.
So I look to my left, because this is the way I'm cranking it.
Right.
right.
And I just see 2 old people, big eyes, and I see like the wife hit the husband's arm.
Oh, these
he's
are
driving.
these are the attackers.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, ish. So my immediate thought was, I was catwalking.
Like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
You're the guilty one.
Yeah. So I turn, I wave, and I go, I'm sorry.
You apologize for getting hit by a car.
You got
Well, I
ran
was
over by a car.
catwalking. I was catwalking. So I slide to the end of the hood.
Okay.
Like you're on the end of a ledge.
You're full on the hood.
Oh, I'm on the hood.
You're looking
Right.
through the windshield at these people.
Yeah.
he's got his hands like up to his face, like waving
I'm like,
at him.
I'm sorry. So I slide to the end, and I hop off.
Yeah.
But the dismount wasn't like the best scene because my left foot that kind of got hit was numb.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
dizzy.
land. Yeah.
It's part broken.
Well, it was not in great shape because I immediately rolled it
Yeah.
right when I landed.
Jeez.
And so I hit the ground again. I get up, and this is all, I think, taking place pretty quick, but
Right.
there's still like horns. I hear traffic,
Right.
still disoriented.
You're in the middle of a busy intersection.
It's kind of busy. Yeah. And so after I rolled my ankle, I get back up. I say, I'm sorry again.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. Yeah.
To
Get that
inconvenience
last
you.
apology in.
Yeah. So I get up, I grab my bike to jump on. I jump on it. I'm not going to catwalk because I'm not that arrogant.
Right.
And I get like 3 feet, like a rotation of the tire. Boom, it stops. I fall over again.
Oh, no.
Because the rim is bent now.
Right.
I get up and true story. I wave.
No.
I'm like, I'm sorry again. Then I drag my bike across the street to the gas station.
And then clearly Canadian.
Yeah, no. And then I see them. They were taking a right on red, looking back.
Yeah.
Oh, like they pulled up
Mm-hmm.
past the
And I'm
yeah.
like, is it catwalk?
Right.
And I see them now taking a left towards me, and I'm like, they're after me.
Oh.
Yeah,
They're coming to apologize to the child they just ran over.
Well,
and you're
make
like,
sure that he's not
oh,
gonna sue.
they're coming
Yeah.
to finish the job.
they want me to pay for their Grand Marquis goods. So I'm like, I gotta get out. So I'm like dragging my bike through the parking
Oh
lot.
my
I can see them
gosh.
getting closer. I'm like trying to dodge them by going in like Richard's Meats. I ditched my bike like behind a shrubbery.
Right.
And this guy, great guy.
Oh, Dick's Meats.
Yeah, Richard Meats. He didn't want me behind the counter, but I told him, I'm like, I just got hit by a car. These people are after me.
Right.
And he's like, the people that hit you are after you? For what?
Like you're being like hunted?
Yeah. I'm like, no, they're after me. I said I was sorry. And he's like, do you want me to go talk to him? I'm like, yeah, please. And turns
So you
out,
got the meat guy out there.
yeah, the butcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
The butcher
Yeah.
is apologizing.
If you're in
for you.
Lakeland, Hallam and Cleveland Heights, that's the intersection.
Oh my gosh.
It turns out they were sorry.
Well, yeah.
They hit a child.
Well, news to me. I mean, I catwalked, so we're both at fault.
So
not
you're
50-50, like 90 then 10.
No, I don't think you're at fault at all. Nobody says how you can cross the road. I mean,
stylistically,
what if you were on a unicycle? You had no choice.
You were conditioned
That's
to
true.
believe that extreme biking, like
Right.
any kind of trick, was something that would cause you just to be guilty.
Society warped your mind into apologizing for doing something that's okay.
and I've carried it.
Society said 2 wheels. You said I'm a 1-wheel guy,
I'm
Right.
and you brought that into relationships
And
for
then
decades.
Society
I tried
fought
to.
back.
I tried to.
So if you're listening in and you want your relationship to be healthy, apologize. Apologize
gotta do.
like an 11-year-old who just got ran over.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Who
That's
just
what
got
it feels like
plowed.
sometimes
Yeah.
when you have to apologize.
Hey, man.
Oh my- Bessie Stringfield was born March 23rd, 1911 in Kingston, Jamaica.
Stringfield.
Wow.
That's right.
That's a strong name.
Bessie
Bessie.
Stringfield. Bessie Stringfield.
Okay.
In
love it.
Kingston, Jamaica.
Love
Like most kids growing up during this area in Jamaica, they were extremely poor. Her father tried his best to make ends meet, working odds and ends jobs, but he just could not keep food on the table.
Right.
Yep.
One of those things. Bessie's mother was very sick from the time that she was born. And so the first 4 years of her life were just absolutely miserable.
And this is in Jamaica still.
In Jamaica still,
Okay.
yeah. In 1915, Bessie's father woke she and her mother up in the middle of the night and said, look, we're going to leave the country, but
Oof.
we got to go now.
In the middle of the
Wow.
night.
Yeah, I got to leave
The
now.
country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not the house. Not the
Right.
town.
Yeah,
We
we're
have
going to
leave
head
the
out.
town. Okay.
He goes, my bad.
My bad. We got to go.
We got to go. Bessie gathered what little belongings she had, and she made the trip to the pier down from her house where a boat was waiting to take their family. Now, here's the thing. I always imagine, I don't have any proof of this, but if there's a boat waiting for you in the middle of the night,
Yeah,
right.
I assume it's like a step above a raft. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
Right.
a nice
you don't
boat.
think you're getting like a 50
It's not a
footer.
luxury
Yeah.
experience. You're like,
Name a boat type. It's not that.
no, right. You're going to be lost on
Yeah.
the waves, probably.
Tugboat.
Catamaran.
It's not a tugboat.
No, a wood boat.
Probably not a tugboat.
No. So basically, her father was taking them to Boston, Massachusetts.
What?
Okay.
From
Tugboats can't
Jamaica?
make that trip.
Tugboats? No, they're not out of gas.
There's not a lot of boats that can, I don't think.
Probably a sailboat.
Well, here's what happened. They made the trip. They survived the journey. But there's some good news, bad news, okay?
Okay.
The good news is Bessie and her family, they survived the voyage.
Mhm.
They get settled into Boston.
Right.
The
What a
bad
transition.
news is, from Jamaica to Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking opposite cultures.
Okay.
Opposite accents, too.
Oh, yeah.
Do them.
Too strong. No,
No,
way.
no. So, the bad news is a few days after arriving in Boston, her mother passes away.
Oh.
Even worse is that her father abandons her on the
What?
side of the street
That's a weird.
in a
move.
random area of Boston.
Wait, so he was okay with bringing her all the way from Jamaica
Yeah.
to Boston, but
Right.
You know, all
once
he
he
had
got
to
there,
do
he's like, see ya.
is not wake her up. I'm just saying.
Leave her in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Jeez.
I'm just saying.
All he had to do was not leave her.
I mean, if you're going to abandon her in a foreign country, leave her in an area she's accustomed to, I guess. I don't know, but now she's in the U.S. and she's
Right.
by herself. She's 5 years old
What?
and homeless
Wow.
in Boston.
Okay.
Um,
Screw that guy.
100%. So fortunately for Bessie, she has been roaming the streets as a homeless child for days on end, and an Irish lady named Maggie,
Well, there's a surprise.
who had a family of her own, she not only took Bessie into her household, but she adopted her and raised her as one of her own children.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
So
You can do that. Just find a child on the street and adopt him.
Yeah, like I told you, Greg's sports tips. He was like,
Adopt-
look for a kid
Pick
in
him
the
up.
parking
Yeah,
lot.
that's true.
1915 was when that happened. Back then, the laws were kind of loose.
A little shady.
Finders
Yeah.
keepers.
But it's a good thing, though.
No, 100%.
She rescued it.
Finders keepers. But no, so it was good for Bessie. Her whole
Right.
life turned around. She was enrolled in school. She made a lot of friends. And she was taking up normal kid activities for the first time in her life. When Bessie was 13 years old, She was outside with some of her friends on the front lawn when her neighbor came home with a brand new ride.
Okay.
Okay, what could it
Now,
be back
what could
then?
it be?
Yeah.
20s-ish?
I'm going to tell you exactly what it was.
Tell us.
It was a 1920 Brough Superior V-twin engine 3-speed motorcycle.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sweet.
well,
Talk
to give
about
you some
sweet.
perspective, motorcycles became popular in the 1880s,
Wow.
but they weren't widely available until that time. Like, so
Okay.
so the kids really didn't know what he was riding up on.
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
what in the
Yeah,
world is
yeah.
that?
Metal horse.
There's a
Right.
metal horse in town.
Josh could catwalk that thing, I'm pretty
I
sure.
probably
he could.
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he would go, sorry.
Sorry
As
for
he,
the
as
noise.
the cat walked by the house. Basically, they see the neighbor pull up and they're like, what in the world's going on? What is this?
Right.
But the interesting thing was Bessie wasn't just fascinated by this new vehicle. She literally became obsessed with it.
That's
Atta girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
okay.
day after school, she would walk straight to her neighbor's house and begin quizzing him about this kind of new ride. Like,
What's
hey,
this
like,
do?
yeah, what's this do?
Yeah.
he's like, it's new to me too.
He's
I
like,
don't
it's a
know.
new invention. I just bought it. No, but this guy, he took he basically was really kind and he began showing her like the inner workings of it, how to take it apart, how to fix
Wow.
it. Like, this is how it works.
You know, after like day 3, you're like, this is kind of annoying. I wish you would stop coming
I
over.
wish this kid would stop coming. It's the 20s. People were, I think it's like,
Oh, they're bored anyways.
Mayberry. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
just
they don't have
nicer.
anything else
I
to do.
gotcha.
But here's the thing, though. She wanted to ride it. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
absolutely
definitely.
not.
It's gonna be
Like, you're not my kid.
Get
That's a
'em.
lawsuit.
Yep.
You want to ride the motorcycle, you got to talk to your mom. And so basically, this began a 3-year-long campaign by Bessie Stringfield to convince her mother
Okay.
to buy her a motorcycle.
Wow.
Come on, Maggie.
This is a stretch. Maggie had her own kids also,
She did.
so she'd have to buy one for every.
And
Oh,
I got to
yeah,
buy
yeah.
a motorcycle
If
for
I
all
buy
of
one
you
for
guys.
you, I got to buy one
Yeah,
for.
true.
Here's the thing. It worked.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So on her 16th birthday
What?
in 1928, Bessie's mother bought her a brand new 1928
Unreal.
Scout motorcycle.
Maggie
Dude.
was killing.
I
it
think
back
Maggie's
then.
doing okay for
Yeah.
herself.
Bessie sounds super cool too.
She
If
does
you've
sound
got if you're 16-year-old with a motorcycle,
yeah.
Oh, for
I
sure.
mean,
You think
own
she
the
had those
world.
cool goggles on?
oh, she
for
did. And a
sure.
cape.
What?
Yeah. So Bessie Stringfield, being the strong, independent person that she was,
Right.
she decided to not ask her neighbor for any help learning to ride it. And instead, she wanted to teach herself how to ride a motorcycle.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, that's one approach.
This is
I want
a-
to pause here
yeah.
because Cameron has been known to ride a motorbike.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Now, is it
But I've
difficult?
got a license for it.
Right, but is it difficult to teach yourself? Like, I mean,
Okay.
It's
Well,
not?
that's yeah.
Well, I came from driving a stick shift though, so like
Are
learning
they-
that it makes it a little easier because of all the gears and stuff, like shifting gears. But I could see if you've never ridden one
Yeah.
or done, probably should never driven a car.
Do
Probably,
you think
No.
you could hop on a 1920s and know what to do?
I don't know. I'd probably crash a lot.
well, here's the thing. Bessie
So
not only
cocky.
taught
By saying I'd
herself
crash.
Bessie not only taught herself how to ride,
Yeah.
she also taught herself how to do motorcycle stunts.
Don't
Oh,
you
here-
dare say it.
two stunt stories in
Well,
one
I mean,
episode.
when it's in your blood, it's in your blood. What can I say?
By the age
It
of
got
7,
knocked out of my blood, though.
I literally wrote this without conversing with Josh. I swear to God. By the age of 17,
yeah.
Bessie could perform a sit-down wheelie,
Oh, here we go.
a
Okay.
catwalk,
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
amen.
here we go.
Yeah.
a stand-up wheelie.
No.
Uh-huh.
She could ride while standing on her seat without hands,
Easy. Done that.
and she became proficient at jumping ramps at the age of 17.
Jumping ramps.
Definitely never done any of those.
So she taught herself how to ride a motorcycle and then begins to learn stunts because she's just bored. Why not? Let's do this.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like,
That was me.
she's a teenage stunt devil, which we've called Josh that for years.
Yeah,
So many
true.
years. And y'all didn't even know about the bike.
We had no idea.
escapades.
So here's the thing. Maybe it's the rebellious kind of, teenage years catching on or whatnot. But Bessie, she tells her mom, I love it here. Thank you for all you've done. I want to take my motorcycle and I want to travel the country. I want to leave.
Goodness.
Listen,
I-
when you got like stunts like that, you got to show the world.
I want to stunt, she said. I
Wow.
want to show the world
It's so
these
weird
stunts.
because I
Got
feel
a
like
stunt.
back then, I always think like back then it was easier to do that. Even though like now it would be like the easiest time
in history.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, man, just to be like in the 20s and on a motorcycle.
Here's the thing. That's exactly what she did. Bessie Stringfield set out from Boston in 1929. She rode back and forth across the continental United States 7 times.
What? It's happening. How do you even know?
She's got a lot of time on her
She
hands.
just go left,
Got a map.
you know?
Well, here's
Maps
the
were
thing.
invented
She went
back
left
then?
and then took a right.
Well, obviously, it's a difficult feat for anyone. But I want to highlight the added difficulties that Bessie faced simply because of her race and her gender. Being that this was the early 1930s,
Right.
Bessie faced almost constant harassment for being African American. So while traveling across the country, she was refused hotel stays. She was refused the ability to dine inside a restaurant. And she was denied all basic normal accommodations. So effectively, she was homeless again.
That's
Wow.
She
Yeah,
wasn't.
that's
They
awful.
wouldn't get. People wouldn't give her anything.
Right.
She would end up sleeping at refueling stations on top of her motorcycle
Wow.
because nobody would
This is
provide anything
nuts.
for her. So here's the thing: none of that stopped her. She loved being on the open road. She rode through every lower 48 state. So all the continental states she rode through. She rode across Europe and even down into South America.
what?
She just kept going.
Just driving.
She just kept
Just
going.
driving.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: she would earn money by doing stunts. For
Oh
people.
my
Okay.
gosh.
That's
She would
super
pull
cool.
up
Wow.
and do
Yeah.
stunts and stuff. People would give her money. After traveling for years, she decides she wants to settle down, and she starts going through all the cities that she's visited. And she's like, "Okay, I can live anywhere." Like she's got this confidence. Someone
Yeah.
who's traveled the world
Well,
on a
if you know
motorcycle.
tricks,
You get confidence.
Yeah.
She decides that she wants her home to be Miami, Florida.
Goodness.
Nice.
Unreal.
So she had spent some time there while traveling through. She decides she's going to go back permanently. On the very first day that she returned to Miami to actually live there,
Okay.
she faced hardship. She was pulled over by the police 3 times in 12 hours.
Wow.
What?
She was told that African American women were not allowed to ride motorcycles in the state of Florida.
Oh, is that a law?
It never was.
Okay. I didn't
So-
think
So stupid.
These cops were just being pieces of crap.
Right.
But nonetheless, Bessie refused to give up her motorbike. She said to the officers that her motorcycle is her way of life.
Yep.
And she said, "I'm not going anywhere." But not only that, if you give
Wow.
me the chance, I'll show you that I'm the best damn rider the city
Nice.
has ever
My
seen.
goodness.
That's a quote from Bessie Stringfield.
What?
So for weeks, Bessie Stringfield gets pulled over on a daily basis.
And does tricks.
And she's
and
just like,
impresses
okay,
cops.
what? Yeah, she's like, whatevs, pull me over. I'll pay the ticket.
Wow.
So she keeps getting pulled over. She eventually gets tired of it, and she drives her motorcycle to the Miami Police Department. She marches in the front door
Oh
and
my
demands to
goodness.
speak to the chief of police.
Wow.
And so
That's amazing.
after some deliberation,
Yeah.
the police chief comes out.
Yep.
And Bessie makes him an offer.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "How about you follow me to the park downtown?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if you're not impressed with how I ride, I'll leave Miami forever."
Whoa.
Goodness.
And she says, "But if you are impressed, then your officers have to agree to not only leave me alone,
Okay.
but leave every other African American woman in the city alone
What?
forever."
I'm not sure there's anything in my life that I would make that bet on. Like, I'm
no.
this good that if you're not impressed,
I'll leave forever.
I'll leave my
No.
hometown.
This is,
Not a chance.
this is a devil went down the Georgia moment right here.
Yeah.
Like she's
No.
like, "This is
I
what we're
wouldn't
gonna
even
do."
bet that on doing an impersonation of myself. You know, I'll leave town if you don't think I'm a convincing me.
Right, exactly. So the police chief agrees,
Okay.
and the two head
People were
downtown.
so bored. They're like, well, I mean, this is a
I-
bet.
I'm doing
Yeah.
nothing right now, so
I'm
I'll
doing
follow you
absolutely
Just got
downtown.
to take this bet.
They go downtown,
Yeah.
and for 15 minutes straight, Bessie Stringfield starts unleashing just a barrage of stunts and
Stunts
tricks
after stunts.
all
Oh,
across the
man.
park.
Catwalking
A
through
crowd gathers.
crosswalks.
Yeah,
Of course, a crowd.
A crowd gathers to
Catwalking
see
through
this happen.
crosswalks.
Mm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Eventually, she decides she saved her best trick for last.
Okay.
For her finale, she rides up and across a slanted wall,
What?
using it as a ramp to clear
What?
multiple park benches before screeching to a halt right in front of the chief of police.
What?
This girl.
How wasn't this a movie? I mean,
know.
I saw Biker Boys with Tyrese,
Right.
but I don't remember this scene.
It wasn't in there.
Okay.
So she not only gained the approval of the police department,
Yeah.
but she also gained the approval of about every citizen
Wow.
in the city of Miami. Every local publication wrote a story about the event. It was talked about on local radio, and Bessie Stringfield was given a new name, the Motorcycle Queen of Miami.
Oh my
What?
gosh. That's
So-
awesome.
That's a great name.
Bessie used the money that she earned doing stunt shows
Yep.
to send herself to school. She went into the Miami State University to become a nurse, graduated 4 years later.
Jeez.
So even while working as a nurse and running multiple charitable organizations, Bessie continued to ride her motorcycle every single day in Miami until her death in 93.
Jeez.
What? Wow.
So
Unreal.
in 2000, the American Motorcycle Association created the Bessie Stringfield Memorial Award to recognize outstanding achievement by female motorcyclists.
That's amazing.
That's
And
unreal.
in 2002, she was officially inducted to the Hall of Fame.
It's weird because, if you're in Miami, you see some old lady riding a motorcycle. You're like,
Right.
good for her.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for you. Get on out there.
And she's like, and like jumps a ramp. Yeah, I love it, dude. Like,
Holy crap.
I love this idea of like, she has this confidence of
Right.
just like, I'm picking a city, I'm gonna live there.
Yep.
And then when I show up and you face immediate hardship, which that's what hardship will do to you. I mean, like, and so she gets there and just goes, I'm not leaving.
Right.
And then
That's
goes,
nuts.
you want me out of here? Like, I'll give you a chance to boot me out.
Mhm.
And then just goes on to impress everybody.
When she could outrun the cops on her bike.
Oh, for sure.
honestly. But
And
she's
instead-
like, she takes the ticket and she's just like, nah, I'm going to impress you and
Let's keep rolling.
keep rolling.
100%. So just an amazing Florida woman. Our state's chock full of them.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. Absolutely love it. I would have loved to ridden on the back of Bessie's
Oh,
motorcycle.
I'd go
yeah.
side saddle.
Side saddle with
Yeah,
Bessie.
You would have?
Yeah, I would go sidecar it. She
We-
could pop me up on two wheels. We'd do it.
Oh, one.
That's like a whole new
100%.
trick book if she has a sidecar.
You never know.
Episode 115, guys.
We did it.
A lot
We
of
did.
fun.
Yeah.
The last one, right? Was this the
Last one
up?
for this week.
It is.
Next week, 116, and then we'll see what the future holds. Probably 117.
Probably.
yeah.
Get up there to the 400s is where I want to be.
That's where we're going to be.
So we're going to
soon.
go 117.
402.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/FMOFM podcast is where you can find
Oh,
tons
they
of
just got a taste
bonus
of a
stuff.
Patreon.
We
series,
released a
didn't you?
bonus episode last week that is usually only available to our Patreon subscribers.
Sleepover.
That was a
We do
good
that.
one.
Yeah, it's a bonus series where we just talk about ourselves and other stories like sleepovers, camping. We review movies.
Mhm.
It's assorted. And a lot of stuff goes
It
on
is
there.
assorted.
It's a
Sorted.
fun time.
Yeah, our normal
Mm-hmm.
episodes are PG. Our bonus episodes are also PG.
Yeah. They may go PG-13, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
There's a word or two that slips through and we
like
go,
Buster.
Yeah, like a, hey, Buster.
It's usually Greg's fault, though.
It is. He doesn't.
Greg will
yeah.
pipe in and be like, you turds.
Right.
Oh, come on. Not in this.
Yeah.
show.
Sorry, beep that out, Cameron.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, from Off on Podcast
Mhm.
to all of our social
My
media
bad.
sites. We love you so much. Cameron, apologize.
He did it, everybody.
Oh, play us out.